Going on, gang? It's Chris, and I have another Kino Lorber review. This is the Dark Side of Cinema 21. So they sent this to me for review, and I already posted 22 a couple of videos ago. Now this is 21. Watched them out of sequence, but this was a really good one. And, I admit, I don't think that there's been any of these. I've not seen all of them yet, but I have most of them. I have seen most of them, and all of these sets I think have been winners. This one I would highly suggest. And I'll just give you a little snippet about this so you can tell if you want to get into collecting these, if you think that you would be into this. So let's see. I have this one up here. This is my favorite one out of the bunch. So we have Cloak and Dagger from 1946. Fritz Lang. We have Shack out on 101 from 1955, and Shortcut to Hell, which was actually, I think it was the only movie that James Cagney ever directed. That was from 1957. But this is Region A, this box. It comes in a nice little box set that, like the other ones, are not, it's not a rigid box, it's just a little attractive sleeve. We have, each one has its own individual release. So there you go, there's the inside box. And I didn't check, I don't know if these, I think that none of these have reversible art. Yeah, they just have their own artwork, but that's what it is. So here's a really cool tidbit. This, like I said, was my favorite of the bunch. I have not listened to the commentary on this yet, but the audio commentary is with Heath from Serial at Midnight. So I know that a lot of you guys follow Serial at Midnight. I enjoy his channel. So he actually did the commentary on here with Max Allan Collins, author of Road to Perdition, which I don't know what that is, but that is super cool. I don't know if he's ever done a commentary before. I don't listen to every commentary, but I have not seen one that he's done before, so I'm definitely going to check it out. That's really cool. I like his outlook on film. So this is a 2020 HD master from a 4K scan. These all looked really good. I've never had an issue with the transfers of these film noir box sets from Kino Lorber, so these looked great. But basically, Cloak and Dagger, and this was a little history lesson in and of itself. So Cloak and Dagger was, I guess, like a nickname for the OSS, which is basically like the CIA before it existed. So this is, it takes place during, I guess, World War II, like right before. It's supposed to take place during World War II. This was filmed in, like I said, 1946 it came out. So it came out shortly after World War II ended, which I didn't know. You were not allowed to make movies about the OSS during World War II. So they would not have been able to make this until the war was over. So, this is an anti-Nazi film, basically. It stars Gary Cooper, and he plays like a physicist, like a science guy, and basically this guy from the OSS comes up to him. They were fraternity buddies, and he's like, "Hey, I need you to, go to Germany or wherever and help me." They're going into Nazi Germany, and they are trying to work with these physicists that are there, and they're trying to develop a bomb before Germany does, because that will be the end of the war. So it's supposed to be like this real noble cause. This was very good. I haven't seen a ton of this period of movies, but it was very, it had a lot to do with the physicists not understanding, espionage and stuff. Very interesting topic. And there were just certain things that I loved. Some of the quotes that the physicist said about science in general, and just a really interesting time period. It's like watching a piece of history unfold, So that in and of itself was pretty cool.
I'm scared stiff. For the first time, thousands of allied scientists are working together to make what? A bomb! But who was willing to finance science before the war to wipe out tuberculosis? And when are we going to be given $1 billion to wipe out cancer? I tell you, we could do it in 1 year.
No spoilers here, just trying to give you a brief synopsis to see if this is something you're interested in. Next we have Shaq out on 101. We have Terry Moore, Frank Lovejoy, Lee Marvin's in it, really fun characters. Fun movie, actually. And Jason Nye did the commentary track, and I always talk about every time I find, he seems to do a ton for Kino Lorber, and I love his commentary tracks. Very, I love the style. You know, it's educational, but it's not like you're sitting there listening to a film lecture. Just easy to listen to and great information. It's I love that Kino does that because they totally don't have to add these commentary tracks on here. But I love that they put the extra time in to get these contributions. That's amazing. I appreciate it. But basically, look at this hot little tomato, huh? She is basically, it's the Shack out on 101, and it's this enterprising businessman, and he owns like a little, basically like a little diner out on the 101, the highway out there in California. And so the tomato, there's like 3 or 4 guys in this that all, have something. They have something going for her. And I don't even remember her name in this, but they keep calling her the tomato. Yeah, leave the tomato out of this. So basically, there's a professor that she's dating, and it's like, why is she with this like really portly looking fellow that's fatherly? I don't know. Women are just into that, I guess. But then there's like a real unhinged character, the fry cook, and he is this guy that happens to be holding a knife to her in the cover photo, and his relation with the owner of the diner, with the relation of the professor boyfriend, with the relation of these weird chicken delivery guys that keep coming in. And it's like, there are no customers that are going to this place. So how is this guy still in business? I don't know. But the only people that ever go there, and then there's the jeweler. There's the traveling jewelry salesman. Very interesting, very bizarre. And it's got like this weird love trapezoid type thing going on, but there's an FBI element to it. I won't say who or why because that'll spoil it, but this was pretty cool. And actually, I think I gave it 3 stars on Letterboxd, but now that I'm like recollecting, I think that I should have probably given it 4 because it is, it was pretty creative, actually. Finally, we have Shortcut to Hell, directed by James Cagney. And this is actually a remake of a film that came out, I think, a decade earlier, This Gun for Hire. So it's a hired gun. And the woman in it is not a tomato, but she is dating a cop. And basically, she, by circumstances and happenstance, she gets mixed up with this assassin. He's a gun for hire. What can I say? I like assassin flicks from this era. I think that they're fun. Sounds kind of dumb to say, but whatever. But the boyfriend cop in this was not really a big part of it. He was kind of like bookends. He was there in the beginning and he was there at the end. But most of it is this girl that gets wrapped up in this situation. And honestly, she kind of develops like Stockholm syndrome or something because she is done. Like she is away. She gets away from the guy, the assassin kid. And by the way, this guy seems to be like an average sized man. And throughout the entire thing, they just keep calling him small. They keep psychoanalyzing this guy and saying that he's short and that the reason that he is a hired gun, he obviously doesn't miss because he's a hired gun. And the reason he is so good with his gun is because he's a short guy and he's basically like weak and that's the reason that he's an assassin, is because, you know, it's the great equalizer, right? So basically, he's useless. He has a soft spot for cats. This was really cool, actually. This was a good one. So yeah, she basically gets away from him multiple times and then just keeps going back to help this guy. So she should be considered an accessory, but she's dating a cop and he's looking out for her. So I don't think that she really likes her boyfriend that much. I think she's much more intrigued by this short bad boy. And yeah, he just doesn't like people. He likes cats. There's a lot going on. This was interesting. This was interesting. I've never seen this Gun for Hire, but now I probably should, so I can compare it to this. I mean, James Cagney was, I think that this was well directed, so let me know what you think. There's an audio commentary track on here by Gary Garani. I don't think that I've ever heard any of his tracks before, but I would be interested to listen to this and see what he says about James Cagney's his only directorial entry. This is a cool 87 minutes, so that's okay in my book. All of these are Region A. All of these have English subtitles only. So there you have it. That is the Dark Side of Cinema 21 box set. I enjoyed it. There's there's a hired assassin flick, and then a couple about the FBI, about the OSS, and anti-Nazi flick. It's a good selection, I think. So let me know if you've seen any of these. I think that if you want to try it before you buy it, I think that you can find these. But I think that this would be okay to blind buy as well, because they're solid film noir if you are into that kind of thing, and I am, so thanks for watching this. Thanks to Kino Lorber, as always, for sending this to me for review. I think that I'm going to try to watch some different stuff now. I had a wacky past month. I'd like to watch some things that are just for funsies, you know. I don't even know what's going on. I've been watching Wicked all the time with my kids because trying to get them into be musical nuts like myself. 4K looks amazing. So that's what I've been doing. Let me know what you have been up to. But yeah, thanks for checking this out. I'll see you next time.
What's the matter, Danny? Can't you sing anymore?
Sure, he sings. He sings real good.